Greetings from Nela Park in East Cleveland, Ohio. Today is Saturday, December 14th, 2024. It is 6:33 p.m. Eastern Time and a very nice 36 degrees Fahrenheit. Feels like 30 even though there's minimal wind. I was at Nela Park a couple of years ago. I'm hoping on this camera you're going to be able to see the actual lights themselves good, because obviously since it's dark, it doesn't pick up the footage as strongly. But one thing that's really special about this year's exhibit is that it's the 100-year anniversary of the lights being up at Nela Park on Noble Road. So we're just going to walk through and let you enjoy this year's display. It's crazy to think I've only been to two, this is being my second, two of those 100-year displays. Now let me look online. I was reading an article about the 100 years. It says the highlights this year include a 30-foot tall... One second, the article I was on jumped around. There it is. Highlights this year include a 30-foot by 9-foot birthday cake with numerous candles, cupcakes, and party decor, as well as displays from the past, selfie station, and more. And it says the smokestack has been lit up as a giant 100 candle that can be seen for miles around. And I believe they're referencing that smokestack candle over there, which we'll get to in a bit. Now, because I've been to so few displays, I'm not going to recognize which decorations may have been from the past, because they do mix it up over the years and have different themes. To be honest with you, I'm not sure if I would even remember. I remember coming here, I believe it was either 2 or 3 years ago. But I'm not sure if I would recognize an exact decoration or not. You see this first area was full of penguins, snowmen. You got a nice igloo there. I'm going to try to do a mix of, my camera can zoom in up to 2 times as much, so I'll try to do a mix of the normal view like this versus zooming in. Over here we have various Christmas tree displays, ornaments, and the archways with the candles and bows. Occasionally I'm pausing a bit so I can multitask and grab a picture. Here's an archway with a set of ornaments inside, and then the building in the background has ornaments. Big stack of presents. You got a giant Santa's boot. And if you've been here over the years and you recognize something from years ago, feel free to express that. I wonder what they do with decorations that say they've done years ago and don't use. Do they store them for a possible later use and mix and match over the years? Or is it always something, or typically something new? There's the big 100 candle. You can see there's decent amount of cars like driving by and watching, and also the parking lot over there has some cars, people checking out the display. So now we're in the parking lot, but they also have some lights in here that you have to check out. Let's see here. I'm not sure. Yeah, between the bushes, I'm not going to be able to walk. But that's a nice picture up there. Like, that might be good for a thumbnail. The 100 years of Nela Park. Let me try to navigate around in the parking lot. This is nice to see too, like the day I'm coming, it being a weekend. The one time I came here was during the weekday, and there was, still people coming, but it's nice to see more people walking about. There we go. This is a straight on shot. I just paused for a second to grab a selfie with that sign. So you've got a few more Santas, and each Santa is holding like a candle and accompanied by a door. Then a few trees over there. Some lights in the middle here, and more Santas with the doors and candles on the opposite end. And there's I love the arrangement of the Christmas trees, a Christmas tree in the background there. I know I'm sort of blocking it. I was trying to figure out the best way to show it among some of these other decorations. Doors also have wreaths on them. They all have that, but for some reason I just didn't notice that. Sometimes when you're filming, even myself being here in the person, I miss little details. There's one of those selfie stations, a big Santa hat with the hat drooping over and says ho ho ho. That's pretty cool. Uh-oh. I don't want to show that to dampen the holiday spirit. There was a person must have got hit by a car. That's why you hear the ambulance and there's a bunch of people in the street. That's why that big crowd was gathered there. Well, that sort of dampens the mood a little bit. Hopefully they're okay. forgive the loud sirens in the background. Just to give a glimpse of all this stuff without showing the person themselves. Here you've got all the displays with the characters throwing either snowballs or Santa with a sleigh. And then the 1924 to 2024. You got some trees within a tree. And then coming up here you have the big birthday cake that was talked about. I'm glad that because I was curious heading into this whether they were going to make a big emphasis on 100 years. In my mind, that would be like a natural thing. But it makes it more special because sometimes when you do videos, yes, I do like to go to downtown Cleveland Public Square and film the light setup, but overall a lot of it ends up becoming like the same year to year. You're pretty much seeing the same thing. I was thinking, well, it's 100 years, like I bet they're going to have something that's distinct, and these are the type of decorations where, you're not going to see a 100 year celebration again. So there's the big 100 with the birthday cake. Hello. Merry Christmas. There, a kid from one of the cars watching and saying hello. Yeah, it's too bad that cake isn't closer to the street to get a better picture of it. Some of the lights blend together, but it looks really awesome in person. I hope when I zoomed in on my camera that it demonstrated how cool it looked. And we've got looks like an elf and Santa also for the 100 years. You got an Up on the Housetop lyrics, reindeer paws. Are you kidding me? The reindeer paws is P-A-U-S-E. I always thought it was like the reindeer's paws, like P-A-W-S. I guess it's saying they're pausing so Santa can jump out. Well, I learned something new. I mean, it's the same pronunciation. Pause, pause. So this next stretch we have a bunch of the toy soldiers, or sorry, not toy soldiers, the nutcrackers with the Christmas trees. And then we've got the one final exhibit at the end. Let me make sure I'm not in people's way. Even though it's only 36 and feels like 30, not too windy. Hands are getting cold because I opted not to have gloves on while I did this. I figured it was short enough stretch where I could operate my equipment better. I like the gingerbread house that is lit up and displayed on the actual building itself. That's really artistic and love the theme. Then you got one more Christmas tree here. A few snowflakes. This looks to be like an ice skating rink. They also have person jumping rope and a gazebo beyond that. And then the final thing is a series of reindeer. Sort of like the reindeer village. Alright, but that will wrap it up for this year's Nela Park tour. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you next time. Signing off from Nela Park for their 100th year celebration.